The remake of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door may be the most important Mario release of the last 10 years, and I'm not even joking. Just last week now, Nintendo unveiled the remake of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, to which the reaction was... I would say that's a pretty positive reaction. Just from that brief trailer alone, there is so much to be unpacked and so much to be dug into, and people will be doing that. There's going to be people far more qualified than I, taking apart the trailer frame by frame for details, secrets, and Easter eggs. That's not what I'm here for. What I want to talk about are the core opportunities that the Thousand Year Door remake opens up to both old head fans of the series and newcomers alike. The first and most obvious opportunity for the Thousand Year Door remake is to put the game in the hands of so many more people than it could possibly have touched way back in 2004. Let's be real, the GameCube was not the most popular console of its generation. In fact, it was the second worst of the generation, selling 21 million units compared to the Xbox's 24 and the Dreamcast's 9. Compare this with the Switch's lifetime sales of over 125 million as of this year. That seems like a no-brainer to me. I mean, obviously, you take a console that sold like hotcakes throughout its entire life cycle, and you take a game that was easily one of the top 100 games released on its console, as well as the pinnacle of its franchise, and will still run you about $200 on the second-hand market, used. The remake puts Paper Mario in a really unique position, and it's really exciting too, because it means Thousand Year Door can be put into the hands of modern-day Paper Mario fans that may not have had the opportunity or the means to play Thousand Year Door either back in 2004 in its initial release, or through less legal means via emulation. For a few years now, no matter what community I've been in, no matter what social media I've been looking at, if I've been trying to find Paper Mario content, there's been about a 50-50 chance I'll stumble into some discourse regarding modern day Paper Mario versus classic Paper Mario. And there are some frustrations there to be had. I can't stand Sticker Star, but I've got some time for Color Splash and I've got some time for Origami King. Both these modern releases have their charms and have their draws to them, and I'm not saying there's not an audience for those games, but what I am saying is that when you compare Color Splash to Paper Mario 64, when you compare Origami King to the Thousand Year Door, you end up having this feeling that these games were made for two very different audiences, despite being part of the same franchise, which is exactly why you've ended up with this divide between modern day Paper Mario fans and classic Paper Mario fans. But with this remake of Thousand Year Door, there's finally a decent, good opportunity to bridge that gap. So yes, massively stoked to see Thousand Year Door just expand and explode across the entire Nintendo fanbase. It's gonna be phenomenal. Now, Thousand Year Door also offers another opportunity in terms of voting with your feet and sending a message to Nintendo and Intelligent Systems of what exactly people want from the Paper Mario franchise. For whatever reason, Nintendo have been on an absolute kick for Mario RPG remakes. They've obviously got Thousand Year Door remake now coming, but previously announced as well was the Mario Legend of the Seven Stars RPG, which, by the way, never came out in PAL regions regardless, so it's going to be a new experience for a lot of people over in the EU. If you're a Paper Mario fan, or just maybe a Nintendo fan in general, there's a good chance you will have heard the interview between Kensuke Tanabe and VGC around the time of Origami King's release. For a lot of people, this interview was basically the last nail in the coffin for the Paper Mario franchise as we once knew it. The too long did not read is that basically, after the abysmal performance of Sticker Star, massive scrutiny was being placed upon Paper Mario games in development. Not only this, but very restrictive rules were put into what the development team could do with character designs, dialogue, gameplay, and it all accumulated into this stale, boring, not as vibrant atmosphere that you would have got from Super Paper Mario, that you would have got from Thousand Year Door or Paper Mario 64. So yeah, I genuinely believe that the Thousand Year Door remake is going to be the most important Mario release of the last decade, and I'm really not fucking joking. The fact of the matter is, they're always going to make 2D Mario, they're always going to make 3D Mario, there's always going to be Mario sports games coming out, but this is the opportunity to genuinely decide as a fan base what you want from the Paper Mario series. Don't give us any more of the fucking action RPG gimmicky shit. Give us the good storytelling. Give us the turn-based RPG. Give us Thousand Year Door. That is it. Thank you very much. I do not care that it's $60. Switchforce can suck a nut. If it was a Mario 64 remake and they priced it at $70, he would be paying $80 for it, and I would put money on that fact. Thank you very much. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go and have a fat nap because I was awake at 5 in the morning. So, peace.